worst wrestler.
I got a lot.
Now,
Actually,
okay.
I don't actually have a lot. I have 2 and then a statement.
Okay, I have a statement to make before you make a statement. Last year, you mentioned 0 women, even though women are bad wrestlers. And to your credit, you said, I don't really count women anymore. They're not people. Which, fair. But the worst wrestlers are women.
What did I write?
What did you write? All women in WWE.
That is genuinely what I wrote.
I'm glad you came around. I could not.
I changed my opinion over the course of a year.
I could not withstand you going 2 years in a row mentioning no women.
I went from women aren't real people to fuck it, they are people and they're all terrible.
Yeah, I think that's the better stance.
Give me your Billy Kays, your Dana Brooks, your Mandy Rose, your...
Mandy's okay.
No.
Wait, no.
No.
Am I confusing her with Liv Morgan?
Yes.
Is Liv Morgan better than Mandy? Who wrestled Natalia at Mania?
Scott. Neither of them are good.
One was okay.
No!
I swear to God, one was okay.
Scott!
I think it was Liv.
You're stupid.
It was Liv. It wasn't Mandy.
It was.
Yeah. Liv is passable.
Sure.
Mandy's bad.
Peyton. You know what? Like, everybody. I don't even care. There's no exceptions. They're all bad.
Asuka.
Oh.
Andrew.
Yeah, she's not white.
Say, we
But-
found the loophole.
Yeah, okay. All white women are bad.
How about Black?
I don't know, because Ember Moon wasn't really that good this year in NXT.
She didn't do a lot.
No, and she was like a lot less crisp than she used to be.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
guess
because
all that Booker T training
because
is wearing off.
she shattered her Achilles.
That is true.
Her
Yeah,
legs don't
all
work anymore.
women in WWE suck.
Fair. I listed 2.
Except for Asuka. And I guess Kyrie.
Yeah.
Because she was there this year. It doesn't count NXT, because NXT's got good women. Just main roster WWE.
Yeah. My top 2 are 2. Actually, you didn't mention my number 1. Even, like, if you continued mentioning them, you certainly would have. But yeah, my number 2 is Billy Kay, and my number 1 is Nia Jax.
It was like the first one I said.
But not my number 1.
Oh.
I don't think you said Nia Jax, even though she's she's the worst
it's
wrestler.
all women.
Obviously, yeah. And she's truly the worst. I noticed we didn't have her last year because I think she barely wrestled last year. Oh yeah, she got like double knee surgery. Right? Yeah.
Because she's fat. She's a pig.
Yeah, she's a pig. We definitely had her 2017 and 18. Yeah, but she's back on the list. She's back in the New York groove. Then I have another one who
I got 2.
saw in a prominent Tokyo Dome match today.
Oh.
But not the one you tweeted about. Bad Luck Fale is a terrible wrestler.
I mean, he is a horrible fucking wrestler.
He's
completely useless.
He's lazier than Chase Owens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At least Chase tries.
He's trying a little bit. He's not good.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah.
I have both Baron Corbin and Elias.
I have Elias. I thought it would be lazy to put both of them, so I put Corbin in overrated and Elias in worse. Because I think Elias is a worse wrestler than Baron Corbin.
They're both bad.
I guess it's a toss-up.
Mojo Rawley? Rob Gronkowski.
Gronk should be the number 1.
Gronk was 2020.
Gronk was 2020.
Signed
Gronk is the longest reigning 24/7 champion.
Signed a contract, realized wrestling was harder than football, went back to football. And is now in the playoffs.
That's right.
Could win a Super Bowl.
Go Bucks.
Go team.
Go Tampa Bay football team. They should just change every team to the football team.
The football team.
Just in case, because eventually every name is going to be deemed unwoke.
Yeah.
So just get a head start on it.
Buccaneers is racist towards seafaring...
Towards pirates.
Pirates, yeah. And Seahawks is racist towards native people.
Bengals is racist towards Russian tigers.
It's racist towards you because you're a Bengal.
I'm not a Bengal.
Oh. Says who?
23andMe.
I don't believe it. Show me the documents.
Look, it said I'm 69%. Nice. Siberian tiger.
Another 69% pussy hound.
21% maybe some other kind of tiger. I don't know. I can't remember. And 10% gay.
Wow, only 10. Disappointing.
I'm as surprised as you. I'm a 10th gay on my dad's side.
No. Next up, you done?
Yeah,
Worst
that was all.
match of the year.
Yeah, I wanted to have more. I hope you can fill this in
I
for
have
me
5.
better. Yeah, I have 1 and an umbrella.
Okay. I mean, 1, 2, 3
Are in my umbrella?
contain the same person, and then this one has crossover with this one and this one. So all 4 of these are under an umbrella tree.
Yeah, so...
They're under the umbrella tree.
We've already had that discussion. Listen back, you'll find it.
How about the non-umbrella one is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
Now, it's hard to tell because it was going on at the same time as the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So it's hard to discern which was the worst of the two.
The women's was better because Asuka won by just going to the roof, kicking people, and taking the briefcase.
Right. And then the
The
men's
men's had
2 men fall off the roof.
It also had a guy dressed as a clown in an office, and there was just more dumb, comical bullshit in that one.
Yep.
And also, I don't know, the women's wrestlers were, I guess none of them were good. Asuka was the only good one.
Asuka was good. Yeah, I have no idea.
Natalia, maybe? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Anywho, what's your non-umbrella-y one?
My non-umbrella one is my number 1.
Oh, okay, so let's do the umbrella ones. I don't know what my number 1 is, it's just kind of all of them.
I'll tell you, I have a hard number 1.
Okay.
So, the thing that's not my number 1, I will quote myself and what I wrote. And what I wrote was, any number of Bray Wyatt matches.
Whoop.
Any number.
I got Bray Wyatt Goldberg, I got Bray Wyatt John Cena.
Yep.
I got... Well, and then the other one is Braun Goldberg at Mania.
Yeah.
But I think number 1 is
Swamp Fight?
Is the Braun Bray Swamp Fight.
Where Braun
drowns.
Yeah.
And then was just fine.
Right. And late entry Bray Randy, where Bray is... I didn't see it either, but I do know that it was literally ended with Bray being burned to a crisp.
They actually lit real Bray Wyatt on fire.
Yes.
Real life, not a mannequin.
No, they immolated him.
Oh, okay.
He's dead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but
Cool,
he
cool,
will
cool.
be back on Raw next week.
Cool.
Yeah. So, that.
Okay.
You got any other stuff before...
I mean, it's literally all the Bray shit, and then the Braun Goldberg, and then Men's Money in the Bank. That's all I got.
Yeah, the Braun Goldberg is the worst / best example of this weird, lazy main event thing they do sometimes, which I don't know if did it start with Lesnar Goldberg at Mania 17, but it rocked.
Yep.
And then there have just been diminishing returns of these short matches where they only do finishers.
Yeah.
And this was the worst one of those.
This was the worst one.
And what was horrible about this year's Mania was they did the exact same thing for both world title matches.
Yeah.
The McIntyre-Lesnar was a little better because it was 2 better wrestlers.
Yeah.
But it was basically the same thing.
Yep.
It was I hit 3 finishers, you hit 3 finishers, I hit 3 bigger finishers at the end.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I had no idea how to give star ratings to either of those matches.
Neither of us did. Yeah, I agree. It was weird and stupid.
Yeah. It sucks.
You suck.
What's
your number 1?
Well, speaking of WrestleMania,
what else happened at WrestleMania?
I'll tell you what happened at WrestleMania, Andrew. Don't you fucking worry.
If you say Boneyard match, I'm gonna kill you.
Don't you
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Fucking worry about it. Now, I did not care for either of the world title matches, nor did I care for the Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena. Boneyard match is pretty fun. Don't worry about it.
Good.
Randy Orton versus Edge.
Yeah.
Last man standing?
Yeah.
Is...
Are you telling me that you didn't like 40 minutes of blown up laying around?
I think... I probably said something like this in our Mania review, but in case I didn't, let me tell you how this, match viscerally wounded me. I do not have many nightmares.
Sure.
Most of my, I have a lot of just nights where I don't dream or don't remember my dreams at all.
Sure.
And then I have some fun dreams.
Sure.
Sometimes Charlie Kaufman related. Lots of fun. The only nightmare I have, I've had like more than once, normally when I'm wrestling regularly, so not now, is the nightmare where you're in a match, have planned nothing, and have A, no idea what the finish is, and B, no idea how to get there. So you just keep going and going and doing stuff, and it sucks, and you suck, and your opponent sucks, and the crowd hates it, and it's just the worst thing that can happen in wrestling. I remember, I don't know if I had it right before or right after my, like, sort of deathmatchy match with Luke.
Okay.
In I Suck Sticks, where... Yeah, because our match was, like, fairly long, but we did lots of stuff, and it was fine. It had lots of fun stuff. But I don't know if, going into it, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh, what if we just keep doing dumb shit? or if it was after, and I felt like, oh, maybe we did go too long, and then I exaggerated it in my brain or something. But I had that. Then I've had other ones about 3-2-1 and stuff, the same thing. And it's just horrible. And then I at Mania this year, I watched on... not live, on torrented pay-per-view. Edge, a returning Edge, having his first match in
11 years.
9 years. And Randy Orton living my nightmare. Which is all the more insane considering it was pre-taped and edited. And they still lived my nightmare.
And they're professionals.
Yeah. So, Edge Orton Mania, #1 with a bullet.
Gotcha.
Your thoughts?
I watched it and remember nothing. And I don't remember it being good or bad. I remember the ending being kind of weird.
It affected me deeply.
There you go. There you go.
Did you have an actual #1?
Well, I think the Braun Bray... swamp fight is the worst one.
Right. Yeah.
With just, like, the lighting cues and the drowning and the, fake guy he fought that was clearly supposed to be one of Rowan or Harper, but they were like, fuck it, just get a guy.
That's right. Just get a guy.
Yeah, the worst part about it, honestly, if we were to say, worst wrestler of the year is Bray Wyatt. And the fact that this is the best year to benefit a character like Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
And it's like they literally have no creativity left in any bone in their body.
Yeah.
Like, they can't think of anything that's not stupid and lame and fake and gay.
Yes. Agree.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how bad that they are.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Would you like to do Rookie of the Year?
I'd love to do Rookie of the Year.
I think we said this a few weeks ago, or last week, that there is a clear #1.
Yeah, I have 2 honorable mentions, and then a 1, a 1A, and a 1B.
Okay, I have a 1 and a 2, and then 3 honorable mentions.
Okay, let's talk honorable mentions.
Whether or not he's actually that good, Dominic Mysterio.
Absolutely. One of my honorable mentions.
You don't get to get pushed into the main card and have somewhat big matches.
Yeah, and he did fine.
He's fine. He's a little, obviously he's very green and very sloppy, but, he's athletic. He can do everything his dad can do.
Yeah, and he's had, 6 matches, so he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely him. Again.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Pat McAfee.
Me too.
That match with Adam Cole was fucking rad.
Great.
And even the War Games was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's
Bye-bye.
intentionally being left off of TV. Like, he doesn't have other commitments.
Yep.
What's the deal?
This guy's not a wrestler. You can't show up the wrestlers.
Oh. His promos were too good.
We can't be an athlete and be good.
Ah. That's fair.
I don't know if there actually is a reason.
It's really weird.
Like, I don't know. Who fucking cares?
Yeah. But like news came like from Meltzer or whatever, like they're intentionally not using him.
Hmm. Well,
which is baffling.
Nothing surprises me ever. So,
is Triple H jealous of him?
You know what? Might be. And then the only other one that I have as a Han is a Stardom wrestler, Saya Kamatani, who they refer to as Tall Saya. Which I guess because she's like slightly taller than the other girls.
5'7".
She's 5'6".
Tall Saya, 5'6".
But yeah, I've seen a couple of like random things she's in, and she's like pretty promising. She's also like 20.
Was she? She wasn't on the Dome, was she? No.
She's one of the like younger usually does 6-girl tags like earlier in the card
Opening
stuff. But like she's got good potential. Cool. Like she's pretty like skinny but tall. So.
I was gonna say, well, if I can offer you some advice, Ms. Kabatani, get in really good shape because that's what Stardom is.
Stay skinny.
Looking for right now.
Yeah.
And do what Milano Collection AT tells you.
Poor Momo.
Poor Momo. Momo, I don't know, just get cut, Momo.
Maybe she can't.
Maybe she can't. Maybe she's a pig. Yeah. Then besides that, I've got 1A, and 1B.
Well, number 2, only because he doesn't really have the amounts of wrestling as the other one, like bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Is my boy Hip Hop Kakuta.
He's my 1A.
Oh, there you go.
My 1B is Takedo Kame.
Oh, well, Kame.
And I assume we have the same number 1.
Sweet baby Kento.
Thank you. Full name. SB Kento. SB, of course, standing for Sweet Baby.
Sweet Baby Kento.
He rocks.
He's going to be a star.
He kind of already is.
But he's going to be a big star.
Wrestling for like 5 months.
Like he's going to be a big star, for sure.
Dragon Gate is so fucking behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's doing nothing but tapping out dudes clean in main events.
And you know what? Same as Kakuta, too. Like Kakuta's getting clean wins over everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really the only Fed where they're not afraid to have the young guys go over the big guys, like the big names. Like New Japan, you would never see that.
Never.
Like the young lions,
which is
never.
Which I honestly feel is a shortcoming of New Japan because like when you see a tag match of like established guy, young guy versus established guy, young guy, there's no question there's a 100% chance of the established guy on one team pinning the young guy on the other.
Yeah.
Young guy is never getting a pin.
Yeah.
And then he does that for 2 years, and then you go on excursion for a year, and then lately you come back with a weird gimmick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of like it seems very detrimental to their development. Like it's not like you have to have a rookie beat Okada or Tanahashi or Naito or whatever.
Even though Dragon Gate does do that.
Exactly, right?
You don't have to go that extreme.
But you don't have to go that way. Like you can just have like the undercard more established guys. Like what's wrong with having like a junior beat Kanemaru or like Desperado or Bushi or something, right?
Totally.
Like just to prove that, like, oh, this guy can win matches.
Yeah, it can happen.
Like, he's good. He's going to be good. Like showcasing their abilities in an offensive manner, as opposed to, like, okay, you get a couple spots in, this guy's going to beat you up, you lose.
Yeah.
You know?
And then otherwise you just wrestle each other in the opener.
Exactly. And even with guys like Hanare. Like, Hanare is like, probably their like, A prospect at the moment, like, in the company.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Great Okan, but... even Hanare doesn't get to win matches. No. And he's, like, already established as a roster guy. Mm-hmm. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, Kakuta and Kento, Sweet Baby, I see having, like, some really good, like, a really good future.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully they don't fuck it up.
I don't think they will. I think they're doing good with them.
Dragon Gate doesn't usually fuck people up.
No,
They very, very rarely have they ever tried to establish someone and then either given up or like changed their mind or they failed.
Yeah.
Like anybody who who starts in Dragon Gate, usually, and then maybe they leave or they stay forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Most stay forever.
Like what? Tozawa and Shingo and
Shima and Ko.
Yeah. Right.
That's about it. Like everyone, like they had enough for, they had enough people for a large stable of people who have been there since before 2004.
Yeah.
That was a whole stable of guys who have been there for more than 16 years.
Yep.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah. I think this is the first year, probably, because I don't remember what else is on the list, where we didn't actually have to struggle to think of rookies.
Lots of options.
Because like usually it's like, okay, well obviously Ronda Rousey's the clear.
There was Rousey in 2018 and Riddle in 2016.
Right.
But like there wasn't a lot to go
Hayashi
on.
Shida was 1 year for me.
Yeah. Not a lot to go on last year. There was Strong Machine J last year and Cain Velasquez.
Yeah,
and Rich Holland, who I believe you cursed.
Maybe. But now I got Pete Dunne some more work, so good for me. I helped out Pete Dunne.
Helped out a friend.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was rookie.
Yeah. Best team.
Team. I got some written down. You got some written down? I got some written down.
Yeah, I got some written down. I'm going back to a classic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, the name of this category is the Young Bucks,
Yes.
who like didn't necessarily have didn't have their best year easily,
But still
had a good year.
a good one, and I can't really think of anyone who had a better one.
Than them?
Yeah.
I mean, I would maybe put Omega and Page.
Maybe. I mean, I did. They're on my list.
Yeah. I mean, they were the champions for 228 days, and they had 9 defenses.
That's good.
Like,
very
that's
good.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of their opponents were incredible, but...
Sure. But some were good.
Some were good. I also have a combination of BB Hulk and someone as the Twin Gate champions, because him and Kazma and him and Kai held it, he held it for a combined 235 days and 3 defenses.
Yeah, Hulk is like every second tag team champion.
Yeah.
And sometimes 2 in a row.
Yep.
Because it was him, him and Yamato.
Heel.
Then he turned heel. They were vacant. And then he immediately won them with Kazma. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tight move.
Yeah. Then there was also, the hard thing with this is that because... it was the COVID year, so there wasn't a lot of shows for a while.
Yeah.
And even when there was shows, things were all over the place. So, Caristico and Mystico were the CMLL Tag Champions they've been for 414 days.
Pretty good.
But they've only had 3 defenses.
Yeah. And also, CMLL has not been doing much in the last 6 months.
Exactly, right? And then, Lucha Bros have been AAA champions for 567 days.
Yeah.
And they've only had 5 defenses.
Yeah.
Right? And then Sakamoto and Sato have been Big Japan champs for 236 days, but they've only had 3 defenses. Right? So it's really hard because it's not like a lot of
there just
people...
wasn't a lot going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately.
Right? It's the other one I have is the obviously Violent Giants.
Yep.
Had the All Japan tag.
Champs all year.
366 days, 5 defenses.
Yep.
And then the other one I have is the Street Profits. In a bad company who hates tag team wrestling, they were tag champions for a combined 306 days.
Pretty good between Raw and SmackDown. 223
days on Raw, at time 83 days on SmackDown, and they had 8 defenses. So pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, my number one is Hangman and Omega.
Yeah, that's fair. I got. Saber Taichi, Violent Giants, Best Friends, Omega Page, Bucks. Yeah.
All good?
All good.
All good.
Who to watch next year?
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I like where he's going.
Yeah. I mean, I only wrote down 2 because it's really all I could kind of think of off the top of my
I
head.
had trouble thinking of stuff. I'm happy with the 2 I thought of, but I'm sure there's lots I'm not
you know
thinking
what?
of. You said Hanare last year.
Well, there you go.
Not much happened with him.
Not really. I mean, he was in the tag league.
He was in the tag league.
That does. I mean, not like he did well, but he was still in.
He
like,
was in it. They put him in it.
Higher profile matches.
He got to wrestle people,
and his partner was the
Tanahashi.
goddamn ace.
So that's worth something.
Yeah. I just thought of one right now. Sort of. Is just sort of like Stardom.
Yeah.
Because I think they're going to start doing more with them this year. At least they've said they're going to start. Like not necessarily on. Because they're not going to do New Japan stuff with Stardom.
Yeah.
But Stardom's going to run bigger venues.
I'm interested
and bigger
about
shows.
Very interested about Budokan in March.
Yeah.
That's going to be something.
So Stardom's definitely a thing to look for.
Yeah.
And then the other ones like I obviously the Dragon Gate rookies.
Yeah.
I wrote down.
Yeah. So I had that, and then I wanted to mention another one that actually wasn't in Rookie of the Year because I think he had maybe 3 matches in 2020.
Sure.
Estrella.
Okay. Yeah.
Is going to be
for sure.
Real fun.
For sure.
He appears to be 4'10".
Oh yeah, he's legally a midget.
He's itty bitty, but he seems real fun.
Yeah.
And he's only going to improve.
Yeah.
So he's going to be really interesting. And then another one, kind of out of the box. I saw him in a couple matches this year, and he had a big. He had a lot of good matches in their singles league at the end of the year in DDT. Kazusada Higuchi. Big, tall guy, slick back 80s hair.
Mm-hmm.
Real good. And I think he could win the DDT title this year.
Okay.
Depending on what happens. But he could be something. Also, and he could really be something if he went to a bigger Fed, although there aren't a ton of bigger Fed options.
Not really.
But I don't see him going to New Japan or something.
No.
But no, he's a guy.
Gotcha.
He's a guy.
I think another person I kind of thought of for rookie, but didn't really have enough matches would be Dia Inferno.
Yeah.
Because, like, good potential, but he's only had maybe, like, a handful of matches at the end of the year.
And needs to wear less clothes.
And needs to stop wearing a coat. Yeah.
Stop wrestling in your coat.
Yeah. And as I think, maybe I said this last year, but
I'll tell you if you did or not.
How many did I have last year? Hanare and...
Sonata.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh. Well, Vikingo Jr. I'm going to put on the list,
Why not?
though he should do more.
I hope he does.
Hopefully he can get out of Mexico and get to America. Hopefully AEW signs him. Hopefully him and Omega for the I believe it's pronounced Mega Championship.
Yep.
Hopefully that's really good. It's just, to me, it's so bizarre that he is so under the radar.
Yeah.
Because he is genuinely, like, right below Phoenix in, like, ability and, like, high-flying and entertaining. He's got a cool gimmick. He's got a cool look.
Yeah, like, after he had that unreal match with Laredo Kid in 2019, like, June 2019.
June-ish, yeah.
I'm like, oh, like, he's gonna work everywhere now.
Yeah.
And really didn't.
No, he did some Impact when they did shows in Mexico.
Yeah.
He did.
Nope.
I think he maybe did a tour of the UK.
Maybe, but
nothing
I
big.
was shocked he never worked PWG.
Yeah. Or even like Ring of Honor when the other Mexicans went to Ring of Honor.
Yeah, with your Banditos and your whatnots.
Yeah, it's weird. But I think he's incredible. Maybe he's a dick and hard to work with. Maybe.
I mean, he was going to take a year off after his wife had a kid, and then he's like, no, I'm going to wrestle.
No, I like wrestling more than my wife. See ya.
Yeah.
So that's the ones that I have for who to watch. And maybe I can just also say Sonata as a secret hidden bonus level.
Why not? Get the next title shot.
Yep.
Spoilers. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Best Fed.
I got 3.
Now here's the one.
In order.
Here's the one I said I am willing to have a conversation about.
WWE.
I'm gonna.
Worst and best.
My number 3 is AEW.
My number 3 is AEW.
Great. Okay. Now we have a conversation. Because in whatever order we have the same 1 and 2.
Yes, absolutely.
Unless this is way off. but I am more than willing to sit and listen to you convince me to switch my 1 and 2.
Okay.
As it stands,
What if we have the same 1 and 2?
As it stands, I have Dragon Gate 2, New Japan 1.
Oh.
But if you want to convince me Dragon Gate 1, I am very open to it.
I don't know how to convince you that Dragon Gate's number 1.
Is it your number 1?
It's my number 1.
Okay. We'll start talking. Start talking because Daddy's listening.
I think, based on the fact that
that Evil was not the champion of Dragon Gate at any time during the year?
That is true. Evil was not the champion. Here's okay. I will make these arguments in favor of Dragon Gate. The fact that we already brought up that they were able to form a faction of guys who had been there for 16 years and are all
good,
very good, and can work.
I like every single person in the Toryumon faction.
The fact that there are all year that there were 3 really solid factions. Mm-hmm. That had good workers across all 3.
Yeah.
The fact that they have like the most promising rookies we've seen in a long time.
Yes.
And the fact that the booking of like lesser known guys like Okuda mm-hmm. and like giving Big R like a hard R something to do after he left, right? And then just, like, I think the fact that it's got, I don't know, like, just most of their matches are entertaining, if not bangers.
Yes.
Whereas New Japan has a worse roster on the bottom half.
Yeah.
The bottom end, you know?
The only, like, I was really just, I was voting Republican here. I was just voting establishment.
Sure.
I was just like, it's been New Japan, I guess it's New Japan. They had a good Dome show, they had a good G1, the end. But that's so stodgy old white man thinking of
sure.
me, which is why I want someone to tell me I'm wrong, and I want to change.
For me, the reason Dragon Gate is number 1 is the combination of everything they do is entertaining. They've got really entertaining and hardworking like roster.
Yeah.
It didn't involve Evil and Jay White having bad matches. Honestly, like it didn't involve the fact that like they have no junior division anymore. They have no good like white guys.
Yeah.
You know, like it's and the roster is just, to me, even though the top, I don't know, 40% of the roster is still the best in the world.
The best wrestlers in the world.
The bottom 60 hasn't changed and is very stale.
Uh-huh.
Right? Whereas at least Dragon Gate, every year they change shit around. Like,
and we
already have Masquerade.
Dragon Gate's bottom 60 is a lot better than New Japan's
Absolutely.
bottom 60.
And they've already changed to a new thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you know, even though we just passed the like Wrestle Kingdom, which is sort of the starting over point.
Yes.
Not a lot is going to change in the next year. Mm-hmm. We're still
going to have... I don't think there will be an all-gay faction like Masquerade.
Exactly. You know, but like Dragon Bullet Club's going to be the same shitty Bullet Club. Honestly, they're going to be the same. Like, you know, there's going to be not enough people in Suzuki-gun to really be anything. Mm-hmm. You know, it's going to be, what is Tanahashi going to do? Feud with somebody bad. What is Okada going to do? Feud with somebody bad. Like, what's LIJ going to do? Be bad friends to each other.
Why won't they save each other?
I don't understand it.
Why don't they save each other when bad guys beat them up?
I don't know.
Are they even friends?
Oh, Scott, it's your show!
Oh, Will and Grace is on. Oh, this is an early one. Look at Will's hair.
Because you're the gay one. Anyways, that's why I think for me, Dragon Gate is number 1, New Japan is number 2. I think that Dragon Gate all around has a better presentation of everything. Whereas, like, yes, the New Japan main event scene for the most part is the best.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like all overall encompassing everything, Dragon Gate is better.
Yes.
That's why it's my number 1.
I think I wanted to do that, but I was scared.
Gotcha.
Because I'm a coward.
You were waiting for me to come out of the closet first.
I wanted you to come out first, and then I'll say I'm going to come out, but then also not even come out then, and then just leave you hanging.
Okay, yeah, that's a good move. Tight move.
No, I will be enacting my one steal for the show, and I will be stealing and claiming as my idea Dragon Gate 1 and New Japan 2, and later accusing you of copying.
Okay, on the podcast.
On the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Yes.
Fair. Yeah, absolutely. I could watch, like, even last time we hung out, we when we watched
Is that John Slattery?
I think so.
Sorry, continue.
we watched the Red versus Dragon Gate.
Yeah.
Loser has to disband. Or sorry, Red versus
Yes.
Toryumon.
Yes.
Loser has to disband.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, just thinking to myself, like, fuck, I already want more of this.
Yeah.
Like, even though we had watched a bunch of Dragon Gate,
Yep.
I was like, I want to see more of this story. Like, I want
100%.
to develop more, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's why...
Dragon Gate's booking is really fucking great.
Yeah. Who's the booker?
Awesome question. I don't know.
Awesome Kong?
Awesome Kong is the booker of Dragon Gate. I don't know.
Interesting. Is it, like, it can't be, it's not an
Is
active
it a wrestler
right?
or is it a guy?
I mean, it could be a guy wrestler.
Huh. I really don't know.
That is a good question.
A year ago, I would have said, or 2 years ago, I would have said Shima.
Okay.
But
Obviously not anymore.
no. So yeah.
Is there even a way, like, who books Dragon Gate?
Yeah.
And just see what comes up?
Anyone listening, if you know, tell us.
I don't
'Cause I don't really know. And that's an interesting question, because they're doing a good job.
because all the other ones, you always know who's booking.
Yeah.
But then this one, you're like, oh, I don't know, Ultimo?
Yeah, but like Ultimo was not there until the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And hadn't been since 2004. So like the owner
Yeah.
is Toru Kido,
Okay.
a guy who took it over from Takashi Okamura, who had been the guy since it became Dragon Gate
Yeah.
in 2004. But yeah, I don't know if he's just a business guy or if he books or what. But that is a really interesting question,
Oh,
and I would like
what?
someone to tell me the answer.
Do you know that Dragon Gate is on the Japanese version of Amazon Prime?
Really?
That fucking sucks. I want that.
I also want
Give
that.
it to me.
I want to go to there.
I want to go to there.
Are we just gonna move to Japan?
They won't let us.
I know.
They don't want us.
They hate
We're.
immigrants.
I thought they were going to say something else, but yeah, they do. Hate, they do hate immigrants. They want it to stay the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we're going to find out right now.
Yeah.
but-
Someone tell us though. We're
Please,
gonna keep
please.
doing research, but
Dear God, the internet.
you also do research for us. Who books Dragon Gate?
Should I just straight up ask the
Is-
Dragon Gate Twitter who books you?
Is Ernest hot?
The answer's no, because we, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to look and see if we can
Yeah.
find out. Anyways,
In the meantime,
what's next?
best
What's
champion.
happening?
Best champion.
Best Le Champ.
The best Le Champion is Chris Jericho because he's the only one. I guess he was world title for the
He was?
little bit at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
I do not have him.
I don't have him down either.
listed.
I don't care for him. He's the worst. I got a lot written down. I don't know, like, I have
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Baby Hash.
Yep. I also have Baby Hash, who had the Big Japan Strong title for
352
a year.
days.
Yeah.
And had 6 defenses.
Yep. Which is not bad in COVID
I
times.
got Kato Ishida for the Brave Gate
Also had it for a
for
year.
365, but I
Yep.
forgot to write down how many defenses.
Some.
Yeah, so a few. I remember looking. I just don't remember if I wrote it down. It was like 3 or 4.
Something like that. He had at least one. He had one against Okuda before losing it to Okuda.
Yeah.
And then some other ones. But I think one against Santa Maria.
Maybe.
And something else.
Okay. Then I wrote Hiromu because he had the junior in total for 238 days, but he only had 1 defense.
Damn.
So, well, I mean, it's not like they were, they weren't doing a lot for a while.
And also,
and then best of the Super Juniors and
yeah, and then also he challenged for the world
title
while junior
yeah.
champion.
So
yeah, I guess he did have it. Yeah, because he had it January to August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
again now, spoiler alert.
Yeah. And then I wrote, just for the sake of writing them down, is Tetsuya Naito. He had the IWGP
I guess
belts.
he did have it most
for
of the year.
317 days, but he only had 2 defenses.
Damn. Kenta and Evil.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Not good. But I wrote it down anyways because, whatever.
Hold on. Shut up for a minute. Drew, shut the fuck up for a minute. I'm thinking.
I'm going to let you finish, but also I'm not going to let you finish.
I really love saying that. After the Dome show last year, were there any good IWGP title matches? There weren't. Right?
No!
That's fucked
Don't
up.
be stupid!
But that's, do you know, going into
Kenta, bad, evil, bad, evil, bad, evil, bad.
Jesus. Because, I'm pretty sure there was a streak from, 2013 to 2018 of literally almost every title match being over 4 stars and most being over 4.5.
Yep. Not anymore. That's why they're number 2.
I think that is why they're number 2. You can't deliver on your world title matches.
Yep. I also have Mayu Iwatani, who was the World of Stardom champion for 377 days and had 5 defenses.
Oh, she got it for a year. Good for her.
And then I have Ada, who was the Open the Dream Gate for 105, but only had 1 defense.
Yeah.
And then I have my final 3, the actual top 3. Those are all my Hans.
I've got, I had Ishida, I had Hashimoto, Toru Sugiura.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to write him down.
King of Freedom's champion for a year.
Yep.
Or more than a year?
More than a year.
Yeah, a year and...
A year and a bit.
Yeah, 400 days.
400 days, yeah.
Suwama Triple Crown from March to now.
Suwama is in my top 3.
Suwama's also my top 3 in a different way, but
interesting.
Even though I've already mentioned it.
He had 287 days and he had 4 defenses.
Yeah.
That's on top of also being All Japan Tag Champs.
All year.
And
my number 3 is Violent Giants, who were tag champions all year.
Yeah. I also have John Moxley.
That is my number 2.
AEW World Champion for 277 days, 9 defenses.
Lots of defenses.
And IWGP IC Champion for 366 days! US Champion for 366 days.
And
2 defenses.
Not so much the IWGP US, but, a very good AEW champion. And, he had a sweet gimmick for all his, big pay-per-view defenses of, literally calling his shot.
Yeah.
Because he didn't for the Omega match because he lost. But, the Kingston match is I'm going to fucking choke you out.
Yeah.
And then he did. And, he did that for every match. And he's just here's how I'm going to beat you. And then he did. Which is pretty badass. So, yeah, Moxley was my number 2.
You got anybody else, or just your number 1?
I had the Violent Giants 3, Moxley 2. So did you do your 3 and 2?
Only,
Or was Moxley your 3?
Nope. Moxley was my 2. Suwama was my 3.
I'm thinking we have the same one.
Yep, we definitely do, because he's the greatest.
Is it Go Shiozaki?
It is Go Shiozaki.
Who rocks.
Who held the GHC for 366 days, 6 defenses, and 3 of them were awesome.
I would put it to you
that 4 of them are awesome.
I'm trying to remember all
you can't
6.
You can't do it.
I
don't believe in you. I have no faith in you.
Yeah.
You are not gonna do this.
1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 of them.
I don't believe you. Give me a second.
Come on. Okay, so the match where he won it was very good.
Doesn't count.
Against Kiyomiya, where he did that deadlift. Getting superplexed spot, which is crazy.
Yep.
Then it was his first defense, maybe the most unique wrestling match of all time.
Yep. Unique and also dumb.
They're hey, no one's in the crowd that we're going to piss off by doing this.
I guess that's fair.
Let's try something new and weird.
I guess that's
and
fair.
good on them for it. And also, it's a title match against Kazuyuki Fujita in 2020, so you might as well try something weird.
50-year-old
Because it's
Fujita.
not going to be a classic if you just do a regular match.
Yep.
So they instead decided to not touch each other for the first 32 minutes.
Yep.
And not move a muscle for like the first 13 or something.
Yep.
Bobby, what was do you have the total? Do you have the match time?
I do.
It was like they almost went an hour. I think they're in the 50s. I swear it's in the 50s. I swear to God it's in the 50s.
57-47.
Yeah. So that's interesting. That's I don't think the best defense. And then I feel like I'm missing. Oh no, I know the other. I can tell you them all. The next
Bring
one.
it on.
The next one is not really anything because it's another guy over 50, Akitoshi Sato.
Correct.
And then
30 minutes.
That's a lot for a singles Sato match in 2020. But and actually, I heard considering all that, it's okay. And then after that, it's bangers all the way out.
Gotcha.
Marufuji.
Yep.
And then like a week later,
5 days later.
5 days later, an hour with Keno.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, 2 kind of boring matches with Nakajima and Sugiura that we're definitely not going to mention later.
Not going to come up later. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, so best champion.
100% best champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not even a question.
Not a question. I agree.
Is that the first time that best champion wasn't, like, New Japan guy?
No.
No, because we had...
Last year...
Yeah, last year was
not a New Japan guy for either of us, and they were different. Last year I had Miyahara. You had Miyahara 2. You had Miyahara 2. Shayna Baszler 1.
Oh yeah. Baszler had a good year. Oh, that should have been a big fall from grace right there.
Yes.
Didn't even think about it.
But
definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Best show.
Best show. Well,
Which I'm going
3.
to...
I have 3, and they are all the same company.
I wonder if they're the same dates.
They possibly could be.
Are you pulling them up to find the matches on them?
Yes, I am, in fact, doing that, madam.
I guess I should too, in case they're not the same dates.
I'm sure they're probably... I don't know. They could be. They could not be. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do I have? Okay, so my number 3... Oh, I don't know which one is 2 and 3.
I
have a
know.
1, and I have a 2A and a 2B.
Me too. Snap Judgment. Okay, I've got my 3. I know my number 3.
2A, okay. 2A or B, I don't know because they're the same.
Take your pick.
Is the New Japan G1 Climax 2002.
Yeah.
2002.
What is going on with you?
Oh, we're not doing the 2002 review? Or your awards?
Like I could tell you if
Bashin Brothers, best tag team.
if you wanted to know that Masahiro Chono beat Yoshihiro Takayama in the 2002
Sick.
G1 Climax, if you're wondering.
Is the NJPW, which I kind of hate when people call it that. I don't know why.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know why. I just call it New Japan.
I mean, yeah, I
hate it when people say NJPW.
Oh, when they're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I would never say NJPW.
No.
I would say New Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
G1 Climax 2020.
Uh-huh.
Day number.
Is it October?
Day number. 13.
Day number 13.
13 is Kazuchika Okada and Shingo Takagi.
Andrew, day 13 is my number 2.
God damn it.
It's my number 2.
Okay, well.
So you shut up for a while, and I'm going to tell you about my number 3, and then we'll talk about my number 2 and your number 3.
My number 3 is... Okay, gotcha.
My number 3 is the NJPW
faggot.
G1 Climax, last day of Block A, day 17.
That is my number 2!
Andrew!
you dick!
Well, I'm going to go ahead and accuse you of copying.
Okay.
So, I'm going to tell you about the correct number 3 and the incorrect number 2.
Gotcha.
October 16th, 2020, day 17. So, you've got, any show where a really good Okada-Ospreay match is considered the 3rd best match on the show.
Yeah.
behind a Taichi match and a Jay White match is saying something.
Correct.
That being said, I've watched all of these. Okada Ospreay might be the best match on the show.
Absolutely.
It's between that and White Ishii.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're both better than Ibushi Taichi, although I very much enjoyed Ibushi Taichi because they literally only did kicks.
Literally. Yeah.
Nothing. There was an attempted back suplex that Ibushi backflipped out of.
Kick.
Back to kicks.
Yep.
Kicks. Knee. The end.
Yep.
It was great. But yeah, I was worried about Okada Ospreay because everyone's like, oh, it underachieved, and it's an 8.45 on Cage Match, but I wanted it to be a 9.45.
Yep.
Because it was my previous year's match of the year. But then when I watched it, I'm like, oh, everything they're doing is awesome. It's just that it has an interference finish involving the Great Okan. So I understand it not being 5 stars, but everything they did until then was great. And it was also great when Ishii beat Jay White and kept him out of the finals. And also there was and P.S. there was also Shingo Suzuki on that show, which was also there. So that's the correct number 3.
Fine, whatever.
And then the correct
October
number
10th.
2 is October 10th, which has three matches I considered putting on my top matches list. And
you're gay.
2 that I did? Nah, 1 favorite, 1 best. Jeff Kabishi.
Correct.
Is an absolute banger.
Absolute banger.
They've had 1 other G1 match, which was also a banger. I cannot remember which is better. It might be this one. But both are great. And then you've got a little... oh my god, Did I watch this match?
Oh my god. Am I gay?
I don't think
That's what you sound like.
I don't think I watched Ospreay Taichi, but Meltzer gave it 4 3/4.
Well, there you go.
Taichi's highest rated match.
There you go.
So I guess I'll investigate that at some point. So that didn't even factor into my making this the second best show of the year, because the last 2 matches were both 5 1/4 stars: Ibushi Suzuki and Okada Shingo, which were pretty good.
They were better than pretty good. They were very good.
I watched Ibushi Suzuki a week or 2 ago and thought it was very good, but didn't consider it for match of the year stuff. And then, because I knew how high everyone, like Meltzer gave it 5 1/4, it's 9.1 on Cage Match. I'm like, I think I need to revisit this match, even though I pretty recently just watched it. So we did yesterday, and like, oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Really, really good. It's so intense. And I think at the beginning of it, because I was sort of on a kick of like thinking who does the best everything. I'm like, Ishii is the best seller. And like, Shiozaki has the best chops. I'm like, does Suzuki have the best forearms? And then 2 minutes in, that question was answered definitively.
100%.
He has so much fucking snap on them.
Yeah, and like
they're so good. They're the noisiest forearms.
They also just like are the least fake looking forearms you've ever seen.
Yeah. They're great. So that's 3. Any other things to touch on for those?
Nope. That's pretty much all of it.
And then both of our number ones is day 1 of WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I feel like you got the first word right, and the second word maybe wrong. It might be the way you're pronouncing it, though.
I got lucky by getting the first part right, because I was trying to think which is the worst of the 2 days of WrestleMania. And I think it's the first, because the first one is like Braun Goldberg and Firefly. Because they finished with... Oh, no. I was going to say they finished with Boneyard.
Boneyard was the first day.
Boneyard was day 1. They finished with McIntyre and Lesnar. Okay. Yeah. Regardless, I guess it's Wrestle Kingdom Day 1, probably.
Well, possibly.
Because it had 2 of the best matches of the year on it.
You know?
Now, question.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, yes. Was there anything else good on it, or did it just have those 2?
Oh, actually, I don't have it loaded up.
I've got it. Don't worry about it. You've got a Stardom Dark match. You've got a Young Boys 8-man dark match.
Didn't see it.
You've got an All Dads dark match.
Didn't see it. Except for we did see it, I think.
Then you got the Liger Legends 8-man.
Yep.
You've got the Suzuki Gun LIJ 8-man. Then you've got the Chaos Bullet Club 8-man. They opened the Dome with 3 consecutive 8-man tags.
Yep. Gotta do something.
That's
remember that?
Weird. Then Moxley Archer,
Bad.
which was a delight.
No, yeah, it was
It was
stupid.
funny.
It was stupid bad.
And then Hiromu Ospreay, not bad. Naito White, not good.
Not
and
good.
Okada Ibushi, not bad.
Yeah.
So it's mostly about those 2 matches. But those 2 matches are enough. Oh, sorry. I missed Finn Juice versus Gorillas.
Great. Good match. Loved it. 10 out of 10.
We couldn't have watched a second of that. We must have fast-forwarded straight through that match. Tell me one thing
No,
about that match.
I
Did we
feel-
watch it?
I think we watched it.
Wow. Good for us. Troopers. So yeah, it's about those 2 matches, but those 2 matches are all you need.
Love is all you need.
I heard that. Drew, who's your favorite wrestler?
This is gonna be hard because I got 40. It's
I said, Drew, I said, if you have a failing, it's that you have too much love in your heart.
yeah, correct.
Too many favorites.
It is all of the Dragon Gate roster, and no,
That's fair.
So my favorite wrestlers, I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I can make one of them an honorable mention and just do 5. It's up to you, madam.
I wrote 7.
Well, then I'll add a 7th.
Fair.
No,
Name. Do you have any Dragon Gate members on there? If you don't name your favorite, okay. I was gonna say if you don't name your favorite one,
I can do another one.
Well, do another whoever. I just wanted some representation.
Okay.
Representation matters.
Representation does matter. Well, I feel like I can just add a person to the list. But my the John Silver.
Nice.
Give him the world title.
Nice. I
Goddamn,
like
John Silver is so entertaining as fuck.
John Silver's great.
If he was only taller than 4 foot
If he was only 2 feet taller, he'd be the world champion.
he'd be the greatest. But he is just like a little ball of energy.
Even as it stands, he's going to be very, very popular.
Yeah.
He's going to do great.
Yeah, absolutely. There is lots of talk of him being the new leader of the Dark Order.
I'm for it.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's so entertaining.
Yeah.
And he's a really good wrestler.
Yes.
Like really solid. Like
Yeah.
he's excellent.
Yeah, he's a fire plug.
Excellent.
My number 7 is Phoenix, because he's the best wrestler in the world.
He's the best
and
wrestler in the world.
6 people above him can suck it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna add another one of someone, and then that way we're even.
Okay. Oh, do I say another thing?
Oh, I mean, I guess if you want.
My number 6 is Kento Miyahara, because he's a goddamn stud.
He is a stud.
I watched him and Jake Lee from last January a little while ago for watching stuff, and the whole time I'm like, man, Kento is a fucking superstar. Like,
he is a superstar.
He was
for sure.
such a champ that whole match. Like he's amazing.
Yeah, I'll add Kento to my. He'll be my 7th.
Done.
So there you go. Well, my boy KZ
Hell yeah.
has to be on the list.
Yeah.
Fucking love me, KZ.
He's great. When will you?
When will I stop loving KZ?
Never. When will you complete your tribute to him by getting his gear?
As soon as I can get new gear. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome. And yeah, here, fingers crossed for February.
Fingers crossed for February.
Did I write numbers on these? Oh, I did. Good for me.
Good for you.
Number 5, Shingo Takagi.
Interesting.
You might have him higher.
He's gonna be higher.
Okay. he's awesome. We watched him have an amazing match today. and and
he's also going to be mentioned in my matches of the year.
He'll come up on mine for sure. He'll be in the mix. Oh yeah, he's absolutely in the mix. More than once.
Go. Bring it, bitch.
Your 5. What have you done?
My number 5.
So who's your 7 is Kento?
John Silver can be my 7.
Oh, yeah.
Kento can be my 6, and KZ can be my 5.
Done.
My number... I didn't really number them, so I'm just sort of going off the top of my head here. Let's say that my next one is Nakajima.
Nice.
I feel like every time I see a Nakajima match, I go, man, I really fucking like Nakajima.
He's really good.
His kicks are awesome.
And
he just looks like a scumbag, which I love.
It's so weird seeing, like, babyface... Because, like, the first time Kelly saw a new Nakajima, he's like, that's fucking Nakajima?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, I felt the same the first time I saw him. Because I hadn't seen him for a while lately, because, like, nobody cared about Noah for, like, the mid-2010s.
Yeah.
So...
Why would you?
Why would you? And, but he's, no argument there.
Jesus!
I'm good. 4, I'm gonna go young William Ospreay.
Okay.
Because...
that is definitely reasonable.
He has this thing where he pretty much always fucking delivers. And I respect that. And I also like to be able to say that I turned down a match for him.
That is a good thing to brag about.
I also saw a group picture from, I think it was Heat Fest 08, where we're sitting right beside each other. I'm like, oh, that's so weird. I'm sitting right beside Will Ospreay. Back when he was Ace Pain, and nobody really liked him, and they called him Ass Pain.
Nice.
Because he was an annoying 15-year-old.
Well, the good news is I don't think he'll ever do anything bad ever again after that point. So everyone can still love him.
Good.
My number, what are we at, 3?
Did you say a
4?
4?
3. Well, Nakajima was my 4.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
You're 3.
My number 3 is Hiromu Takahashi, not to be confused with Yujiro Takahashi.
Yeah, make sure you wrote down the correct Takahashi. That'd be an unfortunate mistake to make.
Yeah, I mean, for a man who literally had his neck broken, not missing a beat.
Yeah, like a year and a half ago, he was paralyzed.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. Like nobody was certain he was coming back to wrestling.
Yeah,
and then he came back and has just been like on fire in every match.
He came back like 2 weeks before the Dome.
Yep,
and then had that Dome match with Ospreay.
Yep,
that's something.
Don't worry, that's never going to be mentioned again.
Good. Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
My number 3, and he'll always be on the list somewhere because
he's the greatest wrestler of all time.
I mean, you could absolutely make a case for it. I might say he is. I don't know if we're talking about the same person. Daniel Bryan.
That's who I thought you were talking about.
He's always there.
Yep.
The only consistently reliable wrestler in WWE.
Yeah.
Main roster.
Like, again, in spite of the booking.
In spite of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just there and he's the best.
In spite of the fact that they clearly don't want him to succeed.
That's correct.
He does well.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You need to stop doing that. No, I'm okay. I'm going to keep doing it. Like, that's good for me. My number 2 wrestler, or my favorite wrestler, is one Go Shiozaki.
Nice.
The man with the hardest chops. I don't think I enjoyed anybody's matches this year more than his, except for the person that is my number 1. But, I mean, for a guy who in the past when I'd see him wrestle, I was kind of lukewarm on.
Yeah.
And then now just watching him, like, as the, like, seasoned veteran world champion and just chopping down motherfuckers. And also just being, like, so fucking strong.
Yeah.
Like a big strong boy.
He's crazy
Yeah,
strong.
like
Yeah.
it's insane the things he does.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about him in a minute.
Okay.
Not right now.
Okay.
But in a minute.
Okay.
First, I'm gonna say my number 2.
Okay.
And that's Kota Ibushi.
Gotcha.
Because when I make this, I'm trying to think about like
Who's the cutest?
Absolutely. For like favorite wrestler, that to me means like who do you get the most psyched about when you see their name on the card, and that's Ibushi. I'm like, oh, it's Ibushi. It's gonna be good. He's nuts. So yeah, and he had as strong a year as you can given the year.
Yeah.
Great G1. Probably for the second or maybe third straight year had arguably the all-time best G1, if not for one other guy in the G1 who had a better one than him. Who, spoiler, is my number 1, Tomohiro Ishii. He's my favorite wrestler.
Because it's always Ishii.
He's my favorite wrestler, period.
100% it's always Ishii.
If someone, like, whenever... Because people ask me in, like, the Twitch chats and stuff, like, who's your favorite wrestler? Because before I didn't think about, like... I don't think about my favorite movie that much. Like, I would really have to think to tell you, like, bar none, here's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
But people, because people, it's probably Cats. Yeah, people would, the ones who know wrestling a bit, would ask me about wrestling, and they're like, who's your favorite wrestler? And I'm like, so I had to think about it first, but I'm like, it's Ishii. Ishii is my favorite wrestler. So I now find that to be a very easy answer.
Well,
so there.
My favorite, as is tradition.
As is tradition?
Is one Shingo Takagi.
Hell yeah.
Shingo can do no wrong in my books.
He's pretty great.
He's pretty fucking incredible.
Yeah.
He's got excellent facials and selling.
Yeah.
He's like a powerhouse, but he's got like enough athleticism to be able to do faster pace.
True. He's a junior.
He is a junior. He is a junior.
He's a born and bred junior.
Born and bred junior. But Shingo Takagi, oh man, what a guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That takes us to best wrestler, which may and is allowed to have as much overlap as you want with favorite wrestler, because it stands to reason that a lot of your favorite wrestlers are some of the best wrestlers.
It's gonna have 3 of the same, because I only wrote 3. Do you want me to write more than 3? Because I'll write more than 3. I wrote 12. Is that what you're saying to me?
I unintentionally have, again, 7.
Huh. Is it the same 7?
No.
Oh.
It's some of the same, but not
give me a second to write down some names, because I can do it. I can do it. Don't test me.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. Good. Let's go. I'm done already.
Oh, all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good.
So my number 7.
Oh God, I gotta rank these now. You motherfucker.
Well, presumably the ones you just wrote down would be at the bottom of the list.
Yes.
So my number 7 was also on my Fall from Grace list, which might be counterintuitive, but he still had 2 pretty good Dome Show matches and a pretty good G1, and is sort of continuously making a case for himself to be considered the best wrestler of all time, and that's Kazuchika Okada. Didn't have his best year, largely because of Yujiro, but I mean, it's not like he didn't deliver in any match that should have. I guess besides the evil New Japan Cup Finals, but that was Evil and Bullet Club's fault, not Okada's.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if I'm ranking these, my number 7 would have to be, let's go with Hiromu Takahashi.
We'll talk about him in a minute.
Okay. Then my number 6. Let's go with Kento Miyahara.
Nice. I didn't actually have him. I thought he had a better 2019 than 2020, but still a very good 2020. No complaints. And I don't know. I think everyone had a better 2019 than 2020 because
there was wrestling.
Because there was wrestling
all year.
Because there were wrestling and crowds
all year,
which are nice too. My number 6 is Minoru Suzuki.
Interesting.
Yes.
Good. Good choice.
I haven't had him on the list before. I think there's a very good case to be made for him this year.
He had a solid G1.
He had a very solid G1. He had some other good stuff. He had two non G1 never title matches.
Don't worry, one of those is gonna come up later.
With Shingo.
Maybe.
Okay.
One of those is gonna come up later.
And the Moxley match in February is very fun.
Yep.
Really good brawl.
Yep.
And Suzuki. And fucking Nagata in the New Japan Cup was an awesome match.
Yeah. Boy, I hope we get that again.
That match is great. And like the first day of the G1 with Ishii was awesome. And the aforementioned Ibushi match and all kind. And Ospreay was a very fun match.
Yeah.
In the G1. Yeah. So Suzuki rocks. And he has the best forearms.
Someone I wanted to... Well, I would like to put higher, but the people above them are so much better. Tomohiro Ishii.
Is your 6? He's my 5.
No, 5.
My 5, too.
1, 2, 3... No, sorry. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Number 5.
My number 5 as
No
well.
kisses.
And I feel exactly the same. I would love nothing more than to put him number 1. But
other people had
But
better
he didn't
years.
really get to do anything besides the G1.
And then the G1 was nothing but fucking bangers, so...
Yeah, and the G1 was, again, an all-timer for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the G1, he had the Shingo Never match in February, and he had that Never 6-man in October that people liked.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it.
But given those, still good enough for number 5 on the year.
Number 5 in the year. Number 4 for me is one William Ospreay. He likes to use his spray.
I didn't list him.
You coward!
And we both had him number 1 last year. I guess my thinking was...
Slightly worse than last year? I mean, yeah.
He basically didn't wrestle for 8 months.
Scott, go to sleep.
Yeah, like February to the G1.
Yep, but
basically didn't wrestle.
But a lot of people didn't.
I agree. And when he did,
Yep.
he was great. And he was my number 4 favorite wrestler. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, Will. I'll get you next year. I'm sure I'll get you next year. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
I think you're gonna have a real nice 2021, Will. I'm not worried about you.
Who's number 4?
Hiromu Takahashi.
There we go.
Who I've also
Not to be confused with Yujiro.
who I've also never had on the list, and it is past due to get him on there because man, he's good. He's so good.
So good.
And
Let's
should have been paralyzed.
Scott, when you win the lottery.
Yep.
Here's...
I already have.
Oh, sorry.
I just haven't checked the
That's
ticket.
true. We need to find a way to book Hiromu versus Phoenix.
Yeah.
Because it's the 2 best juniors in the world, and we need to make that happen. Because both of them are going to get hurt, but they're also going to do dumb shit.
It'll be the best unplanned double retirement match ever.
On some random thrown together money mark card.
Yeah. At some hall in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. My number 3.
What was your 4?
My 4 was Ospreay.
Good.
And your 4 was Hiromu.
What's your 3?
My 3, Shingo Takagi.
He's my 2.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
Well, my number 2 is Go Shiozaki.
Well, that's interesting. My number 3 is Kota Ibushi.
My number 1 is Kota Ibushi.
My number 1 is Go Shiozaki.
Well, son of a bitch. We did it again.
Not bad. Man,
Interesting.
Let me tell you, if kisses were on the line, I'd be flipping out right now. So.
Ooh, Scott, bad news. I just got word. Kisses are on the line.
What?
The government just told me.
Oh, the government.
They've authorized kisses.
Oh,
on this
they
podcast.
lifted the kiss embargo?
Yep. We are now allowed to internationally trade kisses again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I forgot everything you
I
just
mean, Shingo had an incredible...
Shingo was your 3?
Yeah. Incredible G1.
Yes.
An excellent Never reign.
Yep.
With really solid matches, like we've already mentioned, and they'll come up later. So yeah, I mean, he was my number 3 only because I didn't think I could put him above Shiozaki or Ibushi.
That's fair. I did put him above Ibushi, but that one's real tight. Shingo 2, Ibushi 3, and yeah, I just thought it was cool for the first time since 2016 when I had Chris Hero to have a non-New Japan guy who, and I didn't just do it to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
fucker deserves it.
Yeah.
He's your 2.
He's my 2.
And, yeah, just like... Yeah, okay, yeah, because I didn't want to say as much when you had... Did you have him number 1 for your favorite?
Shiozaki?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so...
Oh, no.
Or 2.
2.
2, okay, yeah.
Shingo was my number 1.
Right. So, yeah, and I completely agree with what you're saying. And, like, he has this... He's been wrestling for 15 years and has been, I mean, almost really good since the beginning. I mean, he was in good tag matches, albeit with, like, Kobashi and Tenryu and stuff in his first year.
Yeah.
But was, like, very good on his own from, like, 2008 on.
Yeah.
But he's got, like, this confidence now
Mm-hmm.
that he's never had before. He's, I don't know what clicked in him,
I don't know.
but something absolutely did.
Yeah.
And he is such an ace now.
Yeah, well,
He's just
yeah,
a man.
it's like I said, like, before he would have been a guy where I would have seen him on a card or a match and been like,
All right.
yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's like he's a different
Yeah.
like wrestler than he was.
He's a draw.
He's really channeled his inner like Tanahashi.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
really
like,
has.
Yeah, like become the ace, dress like
Get
him.
cool gear.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of dress exactly like him.
Cool entrance jackets, you know.
Yeah, and yeah, I was not like he's a big-ish guy, but like I don't remember him doing all these like feats of strength stuff before, where he does now.
Yeah, like these
all
big,
these crazy
strong
deadlift
lifts and
suplexy
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, if you had told me a couple years ago I'd have Go Shiozaki number 1 over all those New Japan fuckers, and forget to put Will Ospreay on,
Yep.
I'd have called you crazy. But here we are.
You are crazy.
Mm.
Crazy like a fox. My number 1 was Kota Ibushi.
Yep.
I think it's just because this is finally the year where he became heavyweight main event star.
Yeah.
Before he was always on the cusp,
Yes.
but this year was the year where it was like, okay, it's Ibushi's time now.
It is absolutely.
He is
Ibushi's
the
time.
guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's gotten
wins
bigger.
His second straight G1.
Yeah, he's gotten bigger physically.
Yeah.
He's his
Which you don't like.
I do not like, but I understand it.
Yeah.
His in-ring work is a lot more of a broader main event wrestler than a high
Than
spot
a spot guy. Yeah.
guy,
For sure.
which definitely improves his ability to like wrestle anybody.
Yes.
I mean, he could have already wrestled anybody,
Totally.
but now it's more of a like regular main event, like wrestling anyone style.
Definitely.
So that's why I think he's number 1.
Yeah.
And he will assumingly be number 1 in 2021.
I think he'll have an okay 2021. I agree. Favorite match, and this cannot have any overlap with best match.
Yeah, and I also said it's only 3 because you're cheating. The last one's had 3, and then you put like 30 down. So
Last year we both had 3.
yeah,
The year before you had 4 and I had 9.
well, that's a lot. So I'm just gonna stay at 3.
I'm gonna have 5,
Well, good for you.
and that's how it's gonna be, and you're gonna have to be okay with that.
Do your worst, sir.
Before I say my 5, I'm going to give honorable mention shout-outs, not officially ranked, to the 2 best women's matches I saw this year, which
involve the Iconics.
yeah, a lot of Iconics, more Dana Brooke than you'd think.
Oh,
Yeah. The best women's singles was Mayu Iwatani versus Takumi Iroha from
Iroha,
February something
Iroha.
2020 in Stardom.
Iroha's got too many things going on gear-wise.
Too busy.
And too many teeth going in weird directions.
Too busy. Everything was too busy. But I like her style. And I remember
Yeah,
saying
she's
to Drew-
good. I like her.
I remember saying to Drew, like, how did she have the 2 best matches of the year? And I haven't really heard of her or even seen her name on Stardom shows before.
And then you're
because
like,
she's
oh.
not a Stardom girl. They just brought her in a few times.
She's an outsider to beat up
she's
Iwatani.
like a wave and something else are like her main. Oh, Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Wave
yeah.
and Marvelous.
Wave and Marvelous. Marvelous.
And then the best tag was from January in Stardom, the Jungle Kiona and Momo Watanabe against
Poor Momo.
Kagetsu and
Poor Momo.
Iwatani or not Iwatani?
Not Iwatani.
But then who?
Brie Priestley. B. Priestley.
I think it was Iwatani.
Might have been Iwatani.
So those are my best women's matches, and then on to the real thing. So
Why? Because women aren't real?
Hey, you said it last year.
Not this year, though.
Although you took it back this
I
year.
took it last year.
Because
I said they're all bad.
You have amended it to say they are real, but they suck.
They suck. Anyways. Suck.
Number 5, I think, is a great candidate for somewhere on a favorite match list. Not necessarily a best match list.
What if it's on mine?
It's not.
Oh.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I think I was more delighted by it than you, but maybe you were too. Aereo versus Viano 3 Jr. Mask versus Mask from AAA in March. It was wild. It was kind of sloppy.
It was a thing.
It had like cool sight because Aereo gets the first fall on Viano 3 by using the move that Atlantis took his dad's mask with almost 20 years to the day earlier, which is pretty cool. And then they did it again as a near fall in the third fall, but they did it like too close to the ropes, and he got a foot on the ropes. Aereo's like walk a full side of the ropes shit is pretty wild.
But like almost die doing it.
Oh, it's out of control. But the fact he even tries it.
Yeah.
He executed it both times. It was scary as fuck both times.
Yep.
And then the countout finish was interesting because Aereo dies on the outside,
like breaks his leg,
absolutely shatters his leg. Like EMTs come out, but then and then Viano 3 gets back in, and he's still sort of getting back in, but then like Rhea Scorpion like holds him, and he stays out for the 20. So it was interesting and just very cool. 2 young guys like going nuts. Ripping mass, bleeding everywhere. Always fun.
Always fun.
And my number 4 was Hiromu and Ryu Lee, the junior title defense from February, which I watched for the first time not very long ago and was like, oh, these guys went. Hiromu was between the Ospreay match and this right after it, just making up for lost time. Like, I missed a year and a half of my career. I am going to make up for it in 2 matches.
Yeah, all of it right now.
Yeah, so, like, the opening 12 minutes of this match is them slapping each other as hard as they can in the chest. And then they just do a bunch of fucking wild spots. I think my favorite being Lee setting up Hiromu sitting on the guardrail and doing an absolute fucking bullet tope, plowing him over. Like that guardrail could have been another 10 feet back, and he still would have hit him.
Yeah.
It was great. So there we're on to the 3s.
There, good. So my number 3 favorite match of the year is an AEW match.
Good for you.
Yours is not.
It's not.
Do you have anything non-Japan?
Yes.
Oh, weird. It's something weird then.
It's not that weird.
It's weird. Mine would be from an episode of AEW Dynamite 9/10/20. That would be Best Friends versus Proud and Powerful in the street fight.
God, they're not called that anymore. Thank God they realized that was stupid.
Santana and Ortiz in that street fight.
Yes.
Which, I don't know. It was the most entertaining thing I'd seen all year, I think. Like, it's not overly great as far as, like, the amount of spots. But when they get to the actual killing each other...
It was enough for Dave Meltzer to give 4 more guys who aren't Bryan Danielson. 4 new guys... Chuck Taylor, Trent, Santana, and Ortiz all have 1 more 5-star match than Bryan Danielson.
Yep. I think Trent going through the door and selling it like he had been like stabbed. The surprise appearance of Orange Cassidy out of the trunk.
Yep.
Trent's mom flipping him off.
That was the flip off
from
at
the
the end.
van.
Perfect ending.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It was rad. It was so rad.
And that is another perfect favorite match candidate, not necessarily best.
Yeah.
My number 3, maybe on your best matches. Number 3 is, I'm sorry, that's my number 2. Let me tell. So my number 3 is an American match.
Do you even
Lift?
read
No.
your own list? Okay, an American match.
Not unlike yours. What, do you think you know what it is?
D-Bry AJ?
No.
Oh.
Same umbrella company though.
Riddle.
Yes. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne against Red Dragon from February 16th, Takeover Portland.
Yeah.
God damn.
The Broserweights, please. They have a name.
Apologies. It was the Broserweights. Apologies in advance to Bucks versus Omega and Page. This is my favorite tag match of the year.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
It
rules.
It's a PWG. It is a high end PWG tag match.
Yeah.
Taking place in NXT in front of a big crowd.
Yeah.
It is non-fucking stop. It's so creative. There's so many interesting double teams that you haven't seen before. Because Dunn and Riddle are a new team.
Yes.
They got slapped together for the Dusty Classic, right?
Yeah.
And won it.
Yeah.
And then challenged.
Yeah.
And then kind of surprisingly won the titles.
Yep.
Which got a giant
Huge
fucking pop. Yeah, like everything about the match was awesome. I absolutely
nobody
loved it.
expected that.
It's well, honestly, one of my favorite matches of any of theirs, but like it got to be one of the best Bobby Fish matches of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the best Bobby Fish match that Kyle O'Reilly is not in?
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't it?
Doesn't exist.
That's a question that should not be asked.
Does not exist.
Fair enough.
Everything he's ever done that's good is because of former VCW superstar Kyle O'Reilly.
I wonder if Bobby Fish thanks Kyle O'Reilly every day.
I hope he does.
Because he should.
I hope he gives him half his paycheck.
Yes.
Yeah. He owes him that.
Yeah. At least.
Yeah, 100%. My number 2 favorite match of the year, we rewatched just because it was part of the Wrestle Kingdom umbrella.
Oh.
It would be the one and only my favorite wrestler, your favorite wrestler, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Sonata.
I love how much you love that match.
I absolutely love this match.
It's great.
It has got some incredible counters, some incredible mat work, which I usually don't really like that much.
Yeah.
Just like the intensity of the two of them, of actually trying to it looks like they are genuinely trying to hurt each other.
Yes.
Which I love.
Yeah. I have a minorly hot take about that match.
Uh-oh.
It's actually not even technically about that match, but sort of.
Is this a Moxley's overrated take?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not. I think their G1 2019 match is better.
Well, this isn't 2019, Scott.
I know.
This is 2020.
I know. I'm just saying.
Good.
I
Good
think
for you.
it is.
Good for you.
That being said, both awesome.
Yes. What's your number 2?
They're great together. My number 2 is from the 2020 NJPW G1 Climax, and in a case of this was a real Adam Sandler and Steve Buscemi in Billy Madison. I'm glad I called that guy. I'm glad I rewatched this match, Ibushi Suzuki. Yes.
Yeah, we did watch that.
Yeah. And if my best match list was longer, that would be on it. But I wanted to fit it somewhere because it was better the second time than the first.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might have been very tired the first time I watched it. I might have watched it at like 5 a.m.
4 or 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds like you.
Yeah, it does.
My number 1...
I would be...
You're not going to get it.
So delighted if we had the same number 1.
I don't think we do. I really don't think
What country is it from?
Japan.
Good start.
How
many people are in it?
Oh, that's interesting.
Isn't it?
That is an interesting question.
Is it?
Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Is it A big faction and a big faction?
The number of people in it are 10.
Interesting, Scott.
You're gonna have to give me a goddamn
Did
kiss
they
on the
lift
cheek.
the ban on kisses?
You're gonna have to give me a goddamn kiss on the cheek.
Is
for
it
this
Red
one.
Toryumon?
It's Red Toryumon
Final
from
Gate?
Dragon Gate, December 20th. Give me a fucking kiss on the cheek, right
I
here.
don't want to get
do
it.
it. Do
I'm
it.
too full of Antons.
Move over. I'm gonna come over this way, and you come over this way.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That match rules.
It's so good.
And the Stalker Ishikawa spot was the best goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Making up for 20 years of abuse.
Corner. Eats the boot. Ducks the line.
German.
Big German suplex. It was so good. But just the booking of it.
It's the best booked match of the year.
It's the best book match of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, even when I was saying, like, okay, like, Doi goes out, like, Yoshino goes out.
Yeah, first one out is Team Captain Ada through a barbed wire board.
Yeah.
Next two out are Doi Yoshino.
And they were like, I'm like, oh shit, like, and then we said, like, what if it was, like, Dragon Kid having to, like...
Yeah, we said, like, Dragon Kid or Susumu.
Like, trying to fight off the last
Several.
three young boys.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, perfectly booked.
It's so good.
Perfectly booked. And made, like, all of the red guys look like stars.
Yeah, all the red guys who are under 25 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, at one point, they all, like, they were all the three youngest.
Yeah, well, after Ada, who's 29, who's the first out, so after one guy was out, the oldest guy on the team was 24.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Which is Hyo.
And then Hyo was out.
Yeah, and then after that, it was, like, 22.
And then, like, yeah, exactly.
Because it was
Kikuta,
Ishida and the babies.
And the babies, yeah.
Sweet Baby.
Sweet Baby. Sweet Baby Kento.
Yeah, and Sweet Baby getting the final submission on Dragon Kid.
Yep. After completely ripping his mask off. Full face exposure.
It is the most Dragon Kid face we've seen since he was reffing in FMW.
Yeah. And, like, at what point do you just take the fucking mask?
Take it off.
Like, I know it's, like, an unmasking, technically, but, like, we can see your whole face.
It's not like one of those where there's a big rip and you see a lot of eye and cheek. It was off.
Yeah, like, mouth, nose. It was around his neck.
He was wearing it like a bandana.
Yeah. This 2020 was the year of ripping masks too much and you see people's faces. Phoenix, Desperado, Dragon Kid.
Yeah. 3 horrific mask rips.
And like Desperado was the one that did it the right way. Like, you want to rip my fucking mask off? Here, I'll take my fucking mask off.
Yep.
Now fight me. Like, that's a baller move.
Yes.
All right.
Now, as per contractual obligation,
I bet you we have the same one.
Because it is technically the biggest wrestling promotion in the world, but
biggest and worst,
but also is bad. We are required to have a separate category for best WWE umbrella match. So they can be they can be anything. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK,
205 Live,
205 Live, NXT,
main event,
NXT Japan.
Not yet.
Oops.
NXT India. Yeah.
Maybe later.
Main event. Jacked.
Jacked. Metal. Heat. Shotgun Saturday night.
Velocity.
And it's also established that NXT is better than main roster, so you are required by law for at least one match in your top 3 to be a WWE main roster match. I wrote down 4.
4?
4, Drew.
Wow. I only wrote down 1. Should I look up more?
I mean, you can just use mine. Honestly.
You know what? Just look at mine.
Here's my number 4, which you might disagree with.
Maybe, I don't know.
Disagree with being that low.
Oh, okay.
I get it could be 3, but I have to have a main roster at least at 3. So 4, I have Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. That's fine. I like your reasoning behind it that you told me in the car I agree with.
Yes, because it is an absolute banger all the way through. They're killing each other. It's great. And then it's about time for, like, the big finishing stretch to start.
Yeah.
Kyle hits a running knee in the corner, breaks Balor's jaw in half, hits a German on Balor, Balor rolls through, hits a standing foot stomp, goes up, hits a top rope foot stomp, the end. Because after he took that German, and hit that foot stomp, he said to Kyle, "We are ending right now. I have to go to the hospital."
I cannot feel my face.
And hits that, and that's done. If it had the full finishing sequence, it'd be amazing. As it stands, it's like maybe 4.5 stars.
Yep.
But yeah, it could have gone 5 if they had got to do everything. And maybe tomorrow? Man, there's gonna be so many things happening tomorrow. So maybe it's already been good. But yeah, I could have had them at 3, but I had to have a main roster at 3. So my main roster at 3 is Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, going half an hour on SmackDown for the vacant IC title, which everyone was like, why didn't they do this on pay-per-view? And an honest question, but it probably got more time on SmackDown than it would have got on pay-per-view.
For sure.
So any way those two can get half an hour, great by me. And as I've said, especially looking back at past main roster picks, especially for the last 3 years, AJ and Daniel Bryan is the only reliably good main roster match, period.
Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true.
Yeah. My number 2 is the aforementioned Riddle Dunn versus O'Reilly and Fish.
Yep, I will steal that as well.
There you go.
Contractually obligated to steal.
And if you wanted to switch 4 and 2, I could see you doing that if you like Balor O'Reilly more.
No, so, I agree with you with the same ending. Yeah.
And then number 1, pretty clear, one of the best WWE matches ever.
Yeah, for sure.
For
shiz.
In the conversation.
For Shizman is.
Walter Dragunov, NXT UK.
Walter Dragunov, NXT UK.
October 29th, 2020.
Correct. The only other one I would have mentioned looking it up was from the WWE Worlds Collide, January 25th. Was the Imperium versus Undisputed Era
real good.
8-man. That was also really, really good.
Yeah. That was like a wacky under-the-radar show.
How was that in 2020?
That seems so...
That feels like 2017.
Watching that in your room, and that does not seem like
I agree.
Calendar year.
Yeah, that show was interesting.
Because it has all kinds of like weird, great matches. Because it had Gargano and Ciampa...
Mustache Mountain.
Who were... Feuding,
yeah.
Versus Mustache Mountain, which was great. That 8-man, and maybe something else. Maybe something good with women?
Well, it had Balor Dragunov, which was good, but a little underwhelming.
That was... When Balor first came back to NXT, he had this run of underwhelming but great on paper matches.
Well, it's because he was on the main roster.
And forgot how to wrestle?
Yeah.
Because I think there was a Gargano match.
Yes.
And the Dragunov, and maybe one more.
Yeah.
And Cole?
Cole? Yeah, maybe Cole.
Probably Cole. And all were like, well, that was fine.
I mean, it was only 3 1/4.
Yeah.
So,
like, Balor Dragunov should be more than 3 1/4.
And then a Devlin, Garza, Isaiah Scott, Travis Banks 4-way for the Cruiserweight.
Oh, that was like a
pretty 3 1/2.
Pretty fun, like, non-stop spot fest.
Yes. And then a Rhea Ripley, Tony Storm that didn't get rated.
I think it was also okay, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 2 of the better women's wrestlers.
Correct.
But they're white, so, take what you can get.
Yeah, you get what you get.
Yeah, and you don't get upset.
Yeah.
I guess that leaves the main event.
I guess that leaves the big time, the big boys, the hustlers, the I don't know. I got nothing. I'm tired, man. It's almost 2:00. I'm tired.
We can
kiss. No.
We can get this in under.
Yeah, we're good.
Under 4?
We
can't get it under 4.
We're good.
It's gonna be just over 4.
Just talk fast. Okay, I got 6.
You got 10.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Look,
fine, do your 10 to 7.
I, not unlike you, have too much love in my heart.
Yeah.
There's too many.
You have more than me.
Too many good things. I have an enlarged heart.
You have an enlarged clitoris.
It's medically. It's like a ham.
God. All right, do your 10 to 7. Hurry up.
10.
Oh my God.
I got it. Minoru Suzuki, Tomohiro Ishii, day 1 of the G1 Climax, September 19th. I think it was the first G1 match we watched.
Yeah.
And only the first or second Suzuki Ishii match, period.
Yes.
And we're like, how come these
One
two
was
never...
in England.
Yeah, they had one in England.
And then one in,
they had one in, like...
20...
Yeah. That didn't really do it. 13, 14?
13, 14.
Yeah.
That was, like, okay.
Yeah. So we're like, why haven't these two been a thing?
Yeah.
In all this time?
Just gotta avoid each other.
I guess so, but...
Maybe they're afraid to hurt each other.
I guess so. And it seemed like they were trying to hurt each other in this one.
Well, that's their motive.
Much to our delight.
That is their motive.
It was great.
Hey, friend, I want to hurt you. Me too, friend. Let's hurt each other.
Let us hurt each other. Let us hurt each other, you and I. Number 9. I think you're going to have 6 or higher. But I had too many other things, and I make up for this later, let's say.
Uh-huh.
Go Shiozaki defending the GHC World Heavyweight title against Takashi Sugiura from December 6th. They go...
That's my number 1.
I don't think it is.
It's my number 4.
I don't believe you.
It's my number 4.
They go over 50 minutes.
Yep.
One of them is over 50 years old.
One of them is bleeding from his chest.
Yes, the same one.
The
Who is
same
over
one.
50 years old. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yep. I love the ending of Segura's selling.
Yeah, so when Shiozaki starts pelting him with lariats, instead of just taking standard lariat bumps, like, Segura, like...
stumbles around into the ropes and...
It's kind of what would happen if you took a lariat for real.
Yeah.
Because, like, you wouldn't necessarily take a big back bump.
No.
If you got hit with one for real. You would
you'd,
just
like, try to regain your composure.
and, like, kind of crumble when you get hit with it. And
Yeah.
that's what Segura did. It was great. It's, it's maybe Segura's best match ever. It's certainly up there, and he's over 50.
He is over 50.
And so is Minoru Suzuki. My first 2 matches have men over 50.
Have grandfathers.
Does my third one? No. My number 8 is your number 1.
I don't know.
From 2019.
Oh.
Will Ospreay and Shingo Takagi.
Gotcha.
Which I feel like, I don't know, Meltzer gave it 5 stars, so I guess it wasn't overlooked. But I feel like it didn't get a lot of talk because I guess their one last year was better. But this one's still really good. They're like... opening indie standoff sequence in this is so good.
Yeah.
It's like so perfectly choreographed and doesn't look too choreographed.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like going for it and it's done so quickly. It's great. I loved it. That's my... What, did you have 7 or 6? I'm still
6.
going?
I got 6.
I guess I'm doing 7. Who's 7? 7
You don't even know.
is my 2016 match of the year, and also placer in 2019 for both of us.
Yeah.
Okada Ishii.
Yeah.
This one got very little talk, but I don't know, did people forget what happens when Okada and Ishii wrestle each other?
Yes, they did.
Because they're always awesome. And actually, same with last year's. Last year's did not get a lot of talk, like the New Japan Cup semifinals.
Scott, I'm starting to think that only you and I like Ishii.
Fuck off. That's impossible. He's so good.
He is, but, like, no one gives him credit except for you and me.
I guess. I don't get it. What's the guy got to do?
Put a spotlight on him. Give him a hat. Make him dance.
Okay.
Dance and smile more.
I'm into the dancing. I'm on board for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Okada Ishii, October 13th, whatever day of the G1 Climax that was. Yeah, I went into it going, I guess this one doesn't bang as much as some of their other ones, but I'm like, guess what? It did.
Bang you.
What's your 6?
My number 6 is from Summer Struggle, 8/29/20.
Ooh, Jingu Stadium, you say?
Jingu. Ooh, goo. Minoru Suzuki, Shingo Takagi for the Never title.
Yep.
I don't know if I could ask for anything more than Suzuki and Shingo.
Yeah.
Kicking each other's asses.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember... What was the... the finish was obviously like a Credit Pile Driver.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think how it went down. I think it was good.
Yeah.
I watched it fairly recently. But...
Keep thinking.
Yeah. regardless.
What's your number 6?
My number 6
Coward.
is not from New Japan.
Well, good for you.
But features someone who wrestles in New Japan. And by someone, I mean both of them.
John Moxley.
Because they had this match in New Japan 2 weeks earlier,
No.
and then had a better one in England. Will Ospreay. No,
Ospreay.
actually, I guess I shouldn't give his personal Facebook out.
Nope.
Anyway, Will Cosplay. That's not it, but it's a joke we had about it. Versus Zack Sabre from Revolution Pro Wrestling on Valentine's Day, so I
cute.
assume they kissed afterwards?
COVID, though.
COVID.
Can't
No,
kiss.
in February?
Yeah, we knew about it.
I mean, we knew about it. We were
Oh, yeah, I guess
pretending
that's
it
it.
wasn't a thing.
No one was afraid of it yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had a really good one in New Japan on February 2nd, and then went where Sabre retained, and then had a better one where the face won and got the bigger pop 2 weeks later in England, and it was great. There was one spot I really, really liked. I don't think it was the Stormbreaker, so it must have been some kind of fancy Oscutter or a Hidden Blade or something which could potentially get the pin. They did the thing where, like, guy hits a finisher move on the other guy, and the other guy rolls after taking it, rolls out so he can't be pinned.
Yeah.
So they, yes,
Yeah.
so good. So yeah, Ospreay hits the thing, Sabre goes to roll out, and is like halfway out the ring. Ospreay like grabs his arm, drags him back in, and I haven't seen that often. It's a very simple thing, but like such a smart idea. So that was great. I thought it was the best British match this year.
Cool story, bro.
5.
Okay. I may be the only one that puts this in best match of the year. It was really good, and I absolutely love it. It also features my favorite wrestler. So that would be from the New Japan Cup, Day 1.
Oh,
Shingo Takagi versus Sho.
yeah, it's really good.
That match is excellent.
It's really good.
Like they really feed well off of each other.
Yeah.
They have another one later in the year.
They went on Dominion, I think.
Yeah, for the Never.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, it is just like nonstop, like just go.
Yeah.
Lots of like really, really good like 2.9s that you think like you bite on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's really, really good.
Yeah, that was maybe the first match we watched here after not seeing each other for several months.
After not allowed to be in the same room?
After no kisses for 4 months.
Correct. That is the one.
Yeah, it was great.
Yep.
Yeah, that and Nagata Suzuki.
Yes.
Were like the first two
Yeah,
we watched.
yeah, yeah.
We're like, oh,
Yeah.
wrestling's still good. Yeah, that's good. 5 Walter Dragunov for me.
Oh, nice.
There's just something satisfying about people hitting each other as hard as they can, but still you know they're secretly friends.
Yes. But you do try and hurt your friends more than
100%.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That was your 4 or your 5?
That was my 5.
4 was already mentioned mine. It was the Noah the Best 12-6-20. That was Shiozaki and Segura trying to make an old man's chest bleed, and you succeeded.
Shiozaki Segura on 12-6, the 11-year to the day of another title match they had on that on 12-6-09.
Which we watched before we watched this.
Which
for
we
the
watched
first
before
time.
we watched this, and my fun anecdote about that was I was in Australia when that match happened, and I heard it was really, really good. Everyone was super hyped about it, and it was when Noah was still good. It was when Noah was the best promotion, actually. Because New Japan sucked in 09.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit, awesome Noah title match. I'm a torrent this shit.
Bad news, New Japan sucks now, too.
Uh-oh.
Anyways.
So I went ahead and torrented that shit for the, 2.5, 3 gigabytes, whatever the show size was, and was then informed that Australian bandwidth is capped, and I did most of their downloading for the month that day. So I genuflected and put my hands together and asked for forgiveness, please, and we worked it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little sucky make
Yeah.
up for it. Yeah. I knew you would.
My 4.
Yeah. Because I just did my 4, so pay attention.
My 4 features your favorite wrestler on your 3rd favorite show.
Oh.
And if you do the math, you would know that is Shingo versus Kazuchika Okada from December 10th. I remember we watched that at Kelly's. And
There were 3 of us in the room, and two of us were watching wrestling.
And going, and that was the match where it was like Okada was in Mean Girls and actually made fetch happen.
Yeah.
Because he made the Cobra Clutch finally happen in that match.
Yes.
After a year of bullshit.
Yeah, so much bullshit.
So much bullshit.
And the finish is great.
Yes.
The finish is a pass out.
Yes.
Yeah.
After
a referee stoppage.
Yeah, after absolutely cranking it.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It's their first match ever together.
Yep.
And yeah, couldn't have delivered better. Like two guys I love, first time against each other. Yeah, totally came through.
Now I'm disappointed that I didn't put that on my list. But it wouldn't be 3, 2, or 1 anyways, so I don't know. And
A classic oops.
I guess. My number 3 is.
I wonder if we have the same 3. No, we don't. I think my 3 might be your 1.
Maybe.
But what if your 1 is my 3?
Maybe.
What if you got chocolate in my peanut butter?
I don't know.
What if I got peanut butter and chocolate?
My number 3 is from the Noah Anniversary Show.
When was the anniversary?
I don't know, whatever date it. I just wrote down Noah Anniversary because it's the Noah Anniversary Show.
What
It's
was
the
it, like-
December show.
November.
November show.
November 22nd?
Sure.
Okay.
Go Shiozaki versus Nakajima.
My number 2.
Coward.
We had a lot of in-depth discussion about what to do about the 2 big Shiozaki matches. And we're like, these are both awesome.
Yeah.
How do we rank them?
Yeah.
And we eventually settled on, because both matches were a lot of strike versus strike. And
Or so we thought before we rewatched it.
one is a lot more than the other.
One is way heavier on the
upon
strikes.
rewatch.
Yeah.
But when they do strike versus strike in Shiozaki Sugiura,
It's Shiozaki, who is the greatest chopper of all time.
Yeah, versus Sugiura throwing good forearms, but good forearms don't compare to Nakajima's
Kicks to the chest.
which are brutal.
Brutal. Theirs is a lot more brutal than... Because, like, the Segura one is... Segura hits a solid forearm.
Yeah.
But then Shiozaki crumbles him with a chop.
Yes.
Whereas Shiozaki chopping Nakajima crumbles Nakajima, but then Nakajima crumbles him with a kick.
Yeah. Yeah, Shiozaki...
And they go for, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just, like, back and forth.
Yeah, and this wasn't as long as Sugiura, but it was over 40.
Yep.
I think it was 45 or something.
Yep.
And again, doesn't feel like it. It's a breeze. And yeah, Shiozaki Nakajima was a lot more like Kobashi Sasaki of old, which is just like long, extended strike versus strike. Who's going to go down first? Which, when done well, is awesome. And this was done very well. Get a match time on that?
Yeah. I was hoping it was right on the front page of where I already was.
It is nice when that happens.
It's right there. Oh, that's sorry. No. It is. Give me 45 minutes. I'm currently busy. I'm on hold.
You're on with tech support?
I'm on with tech support. The match Nakajima is 42:35.
Yeah. And yeah, I think the Sugiura is 50.
We looked. It was 56:50.
Was it that
No.
much? That was like low 50s.
50,
Maybe it was
52. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
52. We looked
52,
it up.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Pretty good.
What's your number 3?
My number...
Oh, if your number 3 is my number 1, I'm going to kick you in the dick.
I think my number 3 is your number 1.
Okay.
I think it is. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what we can do about this. I don't know how we move on from here.
I don't know.
But we're going to have to try to find a way. My number 3 is... I'm just going to say it. Hiromu and Will Ospreay from the Dome.
That's my number 2.
Okay.
Means we have the same number 1, I think.
Oh, maybe we do.
I think we do.
All right. Well, should we talk about Hiromu Ospreay for a second?
Sure, of course.
Good. Let us do that. Hiromu Ospreay had my favorite spot of 2020.
The greatest spot of all time.
Ospreay, cartwheel to Suzuki special. Hiromu moves. Ospreay lands on his feet, but Hiromu is right behind him.
Into a waistlock.
Goes to German suplex him. Ospreay lands on his feet again, takes a couple steps back, dives at Hiromu with Hiromu's back to the apron. Hiromu sort of belly to bellies him between the bottom and middle rope. Ospreay just rolls through right onto his feet, never stops running, and hits the Suzuki special.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And so is the rest of the match. It's Ospreay's last junior match, and he's making it count.
Sure is.
Tons of wild shit. Hiromu debuts the Time Bomb 2, which is less stupid than the Time Bomb 1.
Correct.
And, it's just a wild fucking match, and I love it.
It is rad. I'm glad we rewatched it, because I think it would have been on my list, but I don't know if I would have put it at 2. But then rewatching it, I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm stupid. This is 2.
Yeah, I thought you might put it number 1.
Yep. Number 1.
So do you are your 1 and 2 from the same show?
Yep.
That's interesting. That's very interesting because my 1 and 3 are from the same show. Okada Ibushi number 1.
Okada Ibushi number 1.
Hell yeah. When we rewatched it, I wish I had made a note of it, or B, just had a better short-term memory that I could tell you something that happened yesterday.
I agree.
But I can't.
I agree.
But I will say at some point during the finishing stretch of Okada Ibushi, rewatching it yesterday, having already seen it, knowing who wins, I got goosebumps on something.
Oh, okay.
Like, whatever they did was so good.
Yeah.
And I get it here and there, but not a lot. And when it is, and honestly, getting those goosebumps solidified it as number 1.
I thought you were going to say that you got your first erection.
No, still waiting.
Oh, okay.
Jury's still out.
Jury's still out.
On the penis.
Always soft, Scott Henson. That should have been one of your nicknames.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. It really is.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like it and like the thing with 2 is like there's the point where Okada like turns to pseudo heel and the crowd does not like it.
And get some boos.
Does not like it. The crowd does not want him to pretend to be the heel.
No.
Like very audibly.
We don't like this.
They were like,
no.
It wasn't even like oh, maybe he's turning heel. Like that's crazy. It was like stop. Please, no more. No more.
No, it made them feel bad.
You do not do this.
Yeah.
You love that boy. He loves you.
Stop it.
Be friends.
Yeah. I was shocked when Okada won.
Yep.
Watching it the first time.
Yep.
I was like, Ibushi's got to win, right? And no, you got to wait a year because that's how Ghetto books. Anything you think is happening is actually happening a year from now.
Yeah, that's
honestly
true. That's true.
Yeah.
He is really good at tricking you into thinking you know how he books, and then you're like, oh, I have no idea what he's even doing.
Yeah, but like it always works. I mean, I don't know. Besides evil, but it pretty much.
You know what?
Works
He
out.
tried something and it worked. I mean, maybe the right call would have been Sonata, but Sonata's too handsome to be a bad guy.
I like Sonata as a face.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think Sonata...
Also, his name is Evil. So, you know.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
It's kind of
I
natural.
mean, yeah, Sonata is a better wrestler with more charisma and better abilities, but that being said, that's what makes him a better face.
Yes.
So, turning evil was the right move to try something,
Sure.
and it just didn't work.
I mean, and I don't know, like it could have worked. It's just everyone hates all the interference shit.
Yeah.
If he had just turned heel
Yeah.
and won and just like been more aggressive, been a dick, but not all the fucking Bullet Club shit,
yeah,
then it would have been fine.
Everything
like
is
Evil's
just...
a good wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely. He's very, very good. Like before turning heel, he had a lot of very good matches. But I
remember. I think he had like a super strong like 2017 G1.
Yeah, it's definitely a matter of that he's in the worst faction.
Yes.
Where the only thing that faction knows how to do is dumb American bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it really sucks.
Yeah, like it was a novelty at first because like you never had that kind of stuff in Japan since the 80s.
Yeah.
So to do it again was like, oh, look, they're doing like American style interference and like in one match versus all the others which are super straight ahead Japanese style. It was at least a different thing, but it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
He's too much.
But that all being said, Okada Ibushi was great. They I feel like they placed with their G1 match in 2019 for me. Looking at it, I guess they're on my faves.
You're a fave.
Nope, they were my number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on 2019. And I loved that at the time. Okada Ospreay was better. But then when Ibushi won the G1, I'm like, oh, I think we're getting Okada Ibushi again. So maybe they were saving some shit the same way that Ibushi and Omega were saving some shit after their G1 and never got to do it yet.
It's next year, Dome Show. I bet you it's happening.
Make it happen, you fucks. We don't ask for a lot. We just want people who love each other to be together. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
2021?
Yes.
2?
Yes. It's too much to ask.
Super Saturday?
Super Callum?
Super Showdown? I don't know.
The shirt's too tight?
Shirt's too tight. Let me tell you something else before we turn this off.
I got one last thing I'd like to say,
I got 2 important things to say.
Okay.
Number 1, we did not keep it under 4 hours.
Yeah,
Number 2.
Who gives a fuck?
Number 2.
You idiots are listening anyways. Who cares?
What's your thing to say?
I want to do a special bonus category of best theme song goes to Red.
Red's
theme is a banger.
Red's music slaps. It like great wailing guitar. Yeah. Really
it's a real like that's the music that plays in Kyle O'Reilly's head when he guitars his way to the ring music.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a real Steve Austin in The Longest Yard. This is how a white man plays guitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
The important thing I wanted to say was similar and different to when we did all the movie lists. Just the act of watching stuff for the lists and then making the lists, I thought was really fun, and I really enjoyed doing that because I have severe autism. And so, as always, I enjoy doing these lists too. But also in doing the homework for these lists and watching all the wrestling made me really fucking miss wrestling.
I'm over it sexually.
I don't think you are.
I'm not at all.
I'm not.
I would very desperately like to wrestle, please.
Yeah, I really want to fucking wrestle. So get your shit together, 2021.
Dearest super spreader COVID.
Stop it.
Stop.
Yeah.
We would like to entertain the masses, please.
We're the Tokyo Dome crowd. You're Okada last year. Stop it.
Enough. This is over. No.
We don't like it.
We do not want you to do this. You are not permitted to do this.
You're not making us feel good.
It is against the law.
Look, I think we have some good stuff lined up in Vancouver for once, like not having to drive 3 hours across a border for wrestling.
To wrestle bad matches against bad people.
To wrestle bad matches against bad people. Whatever. I pretty much always enjoyed it.
I will gladly hit Jose with a kendo stick every show if I had to.
100%. Shout out, Jose. Yeah, so if and when things happen, I think they can be good. I just want them to happen.
I haven't wrestled
'Cause
since February.
I haven't wrestled since March.
And my last match was on, like, purposely not a real match for me.
To set some shit up
So
for later, and then later didn't happen.
I'm dying inside.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I may be in the worst physical condition of my life.
Doesn't matter.
But wrestling's going to fix that.
Absolutely.
I have a battered wife relationship with wrestling.
Yes.
I'm doing okay. I'm fine.
I fell.
My back doesn't hurt anymore.
He didn't hit me.
I'm not going to the hospital. Please let me wrestle.
I'm Sue Young, wrestling's Rich Swan.
Yeah. Please book my husband. Guys, spousal abuse isn't funny. It's hilarious.
Turn it off.